Let's go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast. Sitting here beside me is the one, the only Mike. Don't call me Bray Wyatt Caldwell. Me, I am your host, the tutorial boss, Guapo, Mr. Guapo. If you're nasty, how y'all doing tonight? What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh man.
It's been a crazy week. It's about to be a crazy weekend.
Yeah, it has.
I'm stoked, man. I can't wait for it. But before we get into it, before we get too deep into that, got to throw out a few thank yous here. Oh, it would help if I had my chat going too. Before we get into thank yous, I want to thank you to Crystal Kirk for following the podcast. Say what's up to Aaron Marie. How you doing? Glad to see you in here. See, look, now I done got into all that and lost my notes. There we go. So let's get to the thank yous. I want to thank Ross and the boys from Labor 12 for our intro-outro music. Track's called Head Rush, album's called Monsters, and every single song on that album is a banger. And we're about to have album number 2. They're tracking it up right now. You can find all the information about that at labor12.com. That's laborxii.com. Want to thank Joe and American Legacy for our Not Your Average merch. Got the hats, got the skull caps, got the bandanas, got the beanies. We got all sorts of stuff. Thank you to J-Rebs 3D Printing, my boy Cameron. Do you see this little piece of awesome right about here? That is a J-Reb custom. He made it for us. If you've got a logo, something you want to see in a light box like that, hit him up, jrebs3dprinting.com. Thank you to heckyeahradio.com for throwing a little button on their website. If you happen to miss the podcast live, shame on you. Should have been here. Shame. But sometimes it happens. And if it does, you can catch an audio version of the podcast by going to heckyeahradio.com, clicking on the Not Your Average Mark button. Thank you to Blind Ambition Studios for all our awesome graphics. Thank you to WrestlingSociety.com for including us in their podcast room. And finally, the one that makes everything work. Thank you to the guy, Patrick. Thank you for what you do. If you'd like an example of some of the stuff Patrick does, you can check out our website, www.notyouraverage.mark.com. You can find where we're going to be. You can find bios. You can find merch. You can find all sorts of good stuff there. So go check out the website. And our newest feature, we have watch-alongs on Discord. We watch Raw. We watch SmackDown. We watch PLEs. All you have to do is go to any of our socials, click on the About portion, and you'll find the link to our Discord. Answer a couple of questions and click on Watch Along. You can watch Raw, SmackDown, and PLEs right along with us. Whew. Now we got all that out of the way.
Are you winded?
A little bit.
Do I need to work you on the ground?
Work me on the ground. I'm blown up.
It happens.
All right, so let's get into this. Had a decent SmackDown last week.
Yeah.
So we'll Rick in the chat saying, click all the things. Rick, appreciate you. I like the fact that they're putting Drew in the mix with Randy. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, that's going to be good any way you do it. But what we got to see in this particular opening segment of SmackDown was we got to hear Drew do what Drew does better than anybody else, and that's troll.
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting there trolling Randy Orton. Now, of course, he got an RKO for his troubles.
Yeah. But did you see the shirt?
I did see the shirt.
That is probably one of the best shirts because, yes, you're going to get the wrestling fans to buy it. Yes, you're going to get the casual wrestling fans to buy it. And people are going to see that shirt and they're going to want to buy it. And even if they don't watch wrestling, because who is not bored at work?
Exactly. Bored at work. It was a good segment. It was a good opening. I don't know about you, but I personally am loving this whole frenemies angle they're doing with Charlotte Flair and Little Miss Bliss. Like,
it's very interesting.
You know, you get the whole cold shoulder thing at the beginning with the segment they had talking about, I don't want to be your friend. I'm going to be your tag team partner so we can win some gold. You're not in the spotlight anymore. I'm trying to get you. You know, it was a good segment. And then you get them in the ring and they work well together.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got Charlotte ready to do some damage, and she reaches over and pats Alexa Bliss on the top of the head, which the ref counts as a tag. And Alexa ends up winning the match. And they have this awkward hug. The whole thing is good. I dig it. I like it a lot.
it was very very creative, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes.
I am too. I think they're going to do big things. Charlotte by herself is a big enough name. Alexa Bliss by herself is a big enough name. Put the two together, and hilarious and violence ensues.
Yes, absolutely.
The 8-man tag match was good, and I like the concept that they used with this. Of you've got the 4 people from the Wyatt Six, and then we're going to take one person from each of the other teams and make a 4-man team out of that.
Yeah.
And so I like that concept. I do think that it seemed a little bit rushed. I mean, I get this was the first 2-hour SmackDown in a long time, so I get they had to keep steam going, keep moving, but it seemed a little rushed to me, and I feel like if it was given a little more time to cook, they could have maybe featured everybody instead of it being mostly, Tez and I forgot his name, Joe Gacy. Like Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, and Montez Ford were the stars of that match. And I feel like if they'd let it cook just a little bit longer, they could have featured pretty much everybody in that match.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, it kind of got the point across to where it needed to go.
Now, I will say this. Montez Ford, every single time he hits the ring, he shows that he is one of the most well-rounded talents on SmackDown. Whether it's hitting the big moves, whether it's selling, and selling big. Like, he is probably one of the most rounded characters on the SmackDown roster.
Oh, absolutely. And, we've been saying it for years. And yes, now is not the time because we have a lot of heavy players in the main event scene. But Montez Ford will be a main eventer before his career in WWE is over.
Oh, 100%. No question about that. So, usually I see things coming. Before I get to the next thing, Aaron Marie over in the chat saying, shared your podcast. Aaron, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Get it out to all your friends, your friends' friends, your friends' friends, grandmamas, that everybody know about the podcast. We want to see everybody out here.
Well, that's how we grow.
That is. Jello in the chat saying, I believe Montez can fly. I do too. I've watched it happen several times.
Are we sure? Have we checked him for feathers?
We have not. You can do that. I'm not going to do that. People get offended when you check them for feathers. I mean, it's 2025, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can get canceled with that.
Exactly. You can't be checking people for feathers. So, there's not a lot that surprises me on SmackDown. But I will say I wasn't expecting what we got when Tiffany Stratton came out and turned Tiffy time into Trishy time. She has challenged Trish Stratus, the purveyor of Stratusfaction, to be her opponent at Evolution for her WWE Women's title. Yeah. I mean, I dig it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't much dig what Trish came out in. That was like her Saudi Arabia gear, but
it was a little low cut for Saudi Arabia. But I mean, but you kind of get the point. It was from head to toe, and the only areas it did cover was her assets.
Fair, and didn't cover those very well. Jimmy Uso, Jacob Fatu going up against Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. This was a great match. I liked this match a lot. I like that they're teasing the whole bloodline thing. Like, having Jimmy and Jacob get together. Like, come on, man. That's going to be good stuff. What I liked most about this match is they did a good job of keeping the appearance that this match wasn't just a match. This was personal. And while there are a lot of got the chat saying hashtag Tushy time.
They're not a sponsor, but you know what? If you can get them to be a sponsor, we would love to have them.
Ooh, Tushy. Just Tushy.
Look it up.
No, because last time you told me to look up something like that, I went to some websites. I think I got on a list or two. No, I'm not going to look it up. any damn way. There's a lot of times you see these matches where there's a rivalry going on and they look like singles matches or tag team matches. This felt personal, and they did a good job of keeping that going. So I really dug that in this. We are going to get to that. Jello putting some information in the chat. We are going to get to that here shortly. The interference from Talatonga was expected, but still made for a great ending because he put Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, put him out of commission, put him through the announce table. So not only have you had the interference and helped Solo keep the belt, but you've shown how much of a force Talatonga is going to be in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, apparently that is the kryptonite of the werewolf, because that is the only way anybody's gotten the advantage over Jacob Fatu is through that announce table.
That's very true. Very, very true. All in all, I enjoyed the show. It was a 2-hour show. First time in
who knows how long.
A while that we had a 2-hour show. There wasn't anything super spectacular, but each of the matches and segments were well done. I give SmackDown a strong B.
Okay.
Aaron Marie in the chat saying, what do you think of Saturday wrestling with Goldberg? We are going to get to Saturday night's main event here in just a minute. We'll go over that match. Before we do that, though, we're going to get into Raw. I thought the opening segment was creative as hell. You know, you watch it, you think you're going to get your usual hand me the microphone. Nope, Ron Breaker says, give me a damn microphone. I got something to say. And the look on Seth Rollins' face and the conversation happening between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman in the background was great.
There was all kinds of side conversations during that whole promo session. Paul speaking Spanish.
Oh, we're going to get to that. I got that in the notes.
I know you got that in the notes, but I'm...
You're jumping the shark, Mike.
Well, sorry. His shark was...
I mean, I know you ain't been doing this very long. But come on, man. No, I thought it was really good. I like the fact that they finally gave Braun Breaker some time on the mic. I mean, don't get me wrong. They may have given him a little too much time because his Steiner did show. But I like that they're allowing him to grow that aspect of his character.
Oh yeah, he definitely was taught at a young age by Scott how to work a microphone.
Yeah,
you can tell.
You can tell. 100%, you can tell. But then
only 100%.
I mean, maybe 100. Well, 146%. See. You have a 33 and a third% chance that he's going to say something that sounds like, never mind, I'm not even going to get into it. We've got Mary Youngblood in the chat. I was taking care of the baby. Sorry, I missed most. No big deal. We're glad you're here now, Mary.
Don't let it happen again.
What he said. What I like about this is he goes to pass the mic back, and does Seth Rollins start talking? No. We're not going to talk to Seth Rollins just yet. We're going to talk to JC Mateo. JC Mateo.
JC Mateo.
Did I say JC Mateo? I don't know why I said that. I meant Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
The big guy. The other big guy.
The other Braun.
The other Braun, yes. Braun and Bronson. We give the mic to Big Bronson Reed. He talks about how he's going to absolutely, totally, completely, and utterly kill Jey Uso tonight. And I'm quoting here, tsunami the respect out of him.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that's a valid threat.
I don't think it was a threat.
So now it's time for Seth Rollins to talk, except he's not going to because now Paul Heyman's got the mic. We're going to talk about the match that Seth Rollins is going to have. And then when did Paul Heyman learn how to cut a promo in Spanish?
Did you happen to check the background while that was going on?
No, I was trying to figure out when the hell he learned how to do Spanish.
Well, Seth ends up leaning over to Bronson Reed and goes, when the fuck did he learn how to do this?
So Seth was saying the same thing I was. But we get a Spanish promo from Paul Heyman, who then gives the mic to Seth Rollins, who says, well, everything else already been said. Welcome to Monday Night Rollins. Mic drop, I'm out.
Dropping the mics.
It was a good opening. I dug it. So I don't usually talk about the backstage segments very much because I'm more about the matches. But the Liv Morgan Memorial was funny with the Judgment Day thing. But Dom and AJ at the end of that were the icing on the cake. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Hey, don't you say it. What I dug though was like this is 12-year-old stuff. You got AJ Styles going, I'm watching you. And Dom going, I got a doctor's note. I got a doctor's note.
It was great.
Like, it's funny. Crystal says not dropping, throwing. What?
He threw the mic, not dropped the mic.
I mean, there was a, we'll cut it down the middle. We'll say he tossed
Okay,
it.
that's fine.
But no, I did like that segment. The whole AJ and Dom thing is hilarious. Roxanne Perez versus Kairi Sane did two main things, in my opinion. First off, it was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
But the two things it did was, number one, it allowed the setup for the Kabuki Warriors to get back together. Because you had Raquel Rodriguez interfere in the match, and then after the match, which brought Asuka out to help Kairi Sane, which set up the reunion of the Kabuki Warriors, and they are now representing Raw in the Fatal 4-Way Tag match at Evolution.
Yes.
So that's the first thing it did. The second thing it did, and maybe a little more important to me, is that it showed the women's division of the future is in great hands.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez has just absolutely killed it since she's come into the main roster. I mean, she was at a point where she was doing side quests in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So bringing her to the main roster, she's just absolutely killing it. And,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
excuse me. That's probably the most pop I've heard for Kairi Sane since she came back from injury.
Yeah.
So,
Roxanne knows how to get heat.
oh, yeah. Jello saying Return of the Pirate Princess. Absolutely. And I love that she's stuck with that character because nobody does it like her. Like, it's unique and it flows. Her movements are real flowy. I dig shit out of it.
Yes,
It's nice.
Absolutely.
Nikki Bella is in the Battle Royal for Evolution, which is something she championed, the first Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like, oh, why is Nikki Bella coming back? She just wants her moment in the sun. No, she doesn't. This was such a big deal, the first Evolution. And she was one of the main people to help make that happen.
She was the pillars. She was one of the pillars of the women's revolution.
Oh, 100%. So the fact that she's going to be in the Evolution Battle Royal, I think is awesome.
Absolutely. Do I think she's going to win it?
No.
No.
I've got, we'll talk about that in a minute. I got my money on somebody to win that already. So the New Day coming out and mourning the loss of their tag team titles. It was funny. And no disrespect to the boys. I'm not saying anything bad about New Day, but Chelsea Green did it better. I'm just saying Chelsea Green did it better. I don't know, it was good, but it wasn't Chelsea Green good.
Yeah. Too soon. Too soon.
Rick in the chat saying blah blah blah. The Bellers are trash. Well, come on, Rick. I mean, you don't put Nikki Bella in this match with the expectation of she's going to go in and beat everybody. No, she's not. But it is important to have her in this match. So, because she was a pillar of the original, so of course you want her in the second iteration.
Oh yeah. Once we get to if we get to the third, maybe not so much.
Yeah, maybe not. No, not at all. So Sami Zayn. Let's talk about Sami Zayn for a second.
Okay.
I like the fact that they are playing Sami Zayn in the bigger than the battle role. He's attacked by Karrion Kross. He's already hurt. He's got his abdomen, his ribs all taped up. He gets attacked by Karrion Kross on his way to the ring. And then everybody starts pushing Karrion Kross back, telling him to get the hell back. So, no match. Oh, wait, this is Sami Zayn. So, yes, we're going to have a match against Braun Breaker. So he gets attacked. He still does the match. He still hits the big moves. He even comes close a couple of times to winning the match. Of course, he doesn't. Braun Breaker wins the match, but they're building him up to be bigger than the battle.
Yeah.
Which,
if you had one person for an aspiring wrestler to want to study and learn after, take this match from Sami Zayn, and this is how you do the babyface in peril and him never dying.
Now, here's the problem. They are making him, they're setting him up in all of this to be a huge babyface, which leads me to believe only one thing. We're going to get Evil Sami. Because you build him up to be the big babyface, the entire crowd's behind him, and he turns around and goes, nuclear heat immediately.
Oh, for sure.
So I feel like at some point we get Sami Zayn joining Karrion Kross.
I don't know if we're joining Karrion Kross. I think Karrion Kross is a loner and is not going to have any after 2 failed attempts of having a group. I think we're going to be destined to be on our own. But that's fine. That's the gimmick that he's doing. Is he's not there to win matches. He's there to change personalities.
Oh, he's the devil on the shoulder. We've got Jello in the chat saying Braun should have beat up Kross, telling him he's mine. I honestly thought we were going to get that. I did, but that's just not the way it went down. I mean, I'd have been all right with it.
I see Braun pre-WrestleMania doing something like that, but now that he's with the Heyman stable and he's got the actual devil in the back of his on the back of his ear,
the Oracle.
Yes, whatever we're calling him today.
I saw it, Paul.
But I don't see it happening now because now it's, hey, let's take advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
He wants a match. Let's put him through hell.
I will say this about the direction Braun Breaker's going. Having him in line with Paul Heyman has done something that he's needed for a minute. It's slowed him down. Like, he still gets that big burst of, wild-eyed, I'm going to beat the hell out of everybody, but it's not constant anymore.
No, it's road rage in 5 o'clock Los Angeles traffic.
Exactly. That's there you go. I like that. I'm gonna say a few things for you. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, and the one and only Bailey Cakes.
Okay.
Does it get any better than that? Like, this is going to be good. Like, I don't know who could have possibly seen it coming that this would turn into a triple threat.
Do we got ice cream? That's the only way to make it better. We got ice cream. If we're going to have cake, we got to have ice cream.
That's. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it. Family show. Leave it alone.
What are you talking about, family show?
Nothing. Now, it is going to be, like, we've seen this coming, that it was going to be a triple threat.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm glad that they finally moved into it. I think my favorite line from the entire segment that they did was Lyra Valkyria saying, my belt, Becky took the belt off of her. She says, my belt is wrapped around an entire bucket full of crazy.
Stealing my shit.
Yep, stealing your shit. That's what that was. So let's talk about Jey Uso versus Big Bronson Reed. This was a good match all the way around. It ended with a new and creative use of a chair. Like, I've seen the chair be used, steel chair, hit him in the back, hit him in the head, hit him in the gut. Never have I seen somebody launch an announcer's chair at somebody trying to run through the ropes.
I've only seen it one other time. And not running through the ropes. It was on the outside. And Sid did it to somebody.
That's fair. I forgot about that. But no, Jay's hits the rope. He's fixing to dive through, and he's caught with an entire ass chair. Like, we're talking Office Max chair.
Those things are heavy.
Yeah, and right to their dome.
Well, the objective for Bronson Reed was not to win the match. The objective was for him to tsunami the respect out of him,
True.
and that's exactly what he did.
He hit
He
what,
had-
3?
Yeah.
3 tsunamis on Jay after the match.
Mm-hmm.
Still the chair, it's, Office Max,
Mm-hmm.
big ass black chair. Just, yeah, you. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
And you kind of fucking hate it.
Yeah.
All right, Dragon Lee versus El Grande Austriano. Well, Ludwig American. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
We had a.
This is the second evolution of El Grande Americano.
I knew he was a Pokemon. I knew it. He's evolving. He's a Pokemon.
Now we just need somebody to get out of their AEW contract and come over, and that way we can have El Grande, El Maximo
El Maximo, yes.
Americano.
All right, this was a good match. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime you put Dragon Lee in the ring, it's a good match. I'm not gonna say that this was filler comedy, but I'm not gonna say that it wasn't.
No, it was definitely something that needed to lighten up the tone.
Yeah, and it did its job. It's amazing to me because we all know that El Grande Americano is a famed luchador.
Yes.
So good at what he does, he was able to go from 5'8" to 6'2" in a week. From 202 to 220 pounds.
Well,
Pure talent.
what kind of diet is he on?
I don't know.
But if I can get another 4 inches,
See, you can't. You can't. You set it up, and I can't.
4 inches taller.
I'm just saying, you can't set it up like that because you get one. That was your one.
That was my one, huh?
Mary Youngblood in the chat saying Orion is listening to his uncles. Orion, what's up, dude? I can't with you sometimes. So Gunther comes out and talks about Goldberg, as he's been doing for the last 3 weeks. He says Goldberg is too chicken to talk back, at which point you hear tires squealing, Stone Cold Steve Austin style. Goldberg gets out of the car, walks to the ring gingerly because he's like 97, and gets in there, gets right in Gunther's face. Says, "Hit me right here, hit me, come on." He wouldn't do it, and I believe I'm not a lip reader. I'm not good at that, but I'm pretty sure he called Gunther a chicken shit. So
Just a little bit.
I will say that Goldberg got way more pop than I thought he was going to get when he came in and interrupted Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting the amount of pop he got, and so it's good. Like it brings a little bit more to their match on Saturday. Seth and Penta, what a match! It's a good match. It made Penta look very strong against an on-fire Seth Rollins.
Yes. There was one spot that I really didn't care for.
Which spot was that?
That was the buckle bomb into the Mexican Destroyer.
It was definitely a no-sell of the buckle bomb.
And the buckle bomb being is that it has legitimately taken 2 people out where they had to have surgery.
Yeah. Finn Balor and Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, why are we no-selling something that's that effective?
Exactly. So I'm with you on that. The no-sell on the buckle bomb I wasn't the biggest fan of. Eska saying Bubba Ray was saying he thought the chants were piped in. I mean, it's possible. It is absolutely possible. The Goldberg chants.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's completely possible. Jello saying Ludwig moved almost, but not quite. Totally unlike a luchador. I mean, you're not wrong in the least. It was pretty bad.
Yes, very bad.
German luchador. WCW used to pipe them in back in the day for Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've come a full rotation. So
Don't tell AJ.
I won't tell him. This, like I said, this was a good match, and I like what they did with Penta in this. Having LA Knight come in at the end after they call for the bodyguards to come down, the Bronze.
Mm-hmm.
Having LA Knight come in was a nice touch. I dug that. He and Seth on Saturday night are going to cook 100%.
Well, I think with the LA Knight coming out, hitting the BFT, and jumping into the crowd to celebrate, we got that old school Austin 316 feel from the last little bit of the deal. And now, instead of being sad that Penta lost, now we're happy that LA Knight got the last laugh.
With everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah. He uses it on Friday nights. I borrow it on Thursdays. It's okay. It's okay. Raw was solid. I enjoyed it. It's an A from me. I give it A. I give it a 10. Sorry, I saw that the other day. old movie reference there. Bonus points to you in the chat if you know what movie that's from. So, like I said, Raw was solid, but we have come to the part of the show that everybody has come to love and enjoy. It is time for Notes from the Clown Show. Well done. Can you explain to me why Mercedes Moné, who's supposed to be this great champion with 638 belts, comes to the ring to have a face-to-face with Toni Storm looking like Timu Beyonce? Like, I'm talking the sequin suit, the sequin hat, like shades that had little chains and sequins hanging from them.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was that?
It was called "This is How to Misuse $2 Million a Year."
I still say, and I will maintain, that the reason she has 6 belts and tried to take something from WWE, we used to call Becky 2 belts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now she wants to be called, if she were to beat Toni Storm at All In, Mercedes 7 belts. Doesn't have the right ring to it. But I can't with her. However, I believe it was Kyle Fletcher that came out and thought that her outfit was so good that he borrowed her shades. Came out wearing her shades. Because there's no way in hell there was 2 pairs of those backstage.
Maybe he just grabbed them by mistake. They were all sitting on the gimmick table that was right there by the entrance.
Maybe. I don't know. Jello saying it looked like a Mardi Gras parade. You ain't wrong. It was, what the hell? Kyle Fletcher, or I've learned he's got other names. Timu Randy Orton, Taller Crash Holly. He's just, I don't know. How you in the next segment? Like we had the Timu Beyonce segment, and the very next segment he comes out wearing the same shades. Get it together, wardrobe. Rick in the chat saying, I know that people are upset at the counter programming this weekend from WWE, but I seem to remember TK saying they were a challenger brand. TK says they are competitors. Well, buddy, I seem to remember you saying I have a lot more money than Jim Crockett, and I'm going to take the J. Or I'm not going to take that shit anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the counter programming, and I mean, it is what it is. Like, this is a business, and if you want to call yourself a competitor, cool, compete. That's the bottom line of it.
Okay, if you're going to call yourself a competitor, why don't you actually compete instead of pretending?
Exactly.
Because we still have more notes,
Oh, we still have more notes.
but we can say it again at that point. Tony Khan is a clown.
Tony Khan is in fact a clown. All right, next thing. In what was the least clowniest portion of the night, we got to have a little talky talk between MJF and Mark Briscoe, which was I was waiting for that. That's the one part of the show I was looking forward to. Jello saying, hats off to Guapo for having the Stones to do an AEW watch along. Even my computer didn't like it. Like the last 15 minutes of the show were like, didn't work because even my computer was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But Jello, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we actually got it back online to see the overrun.
Yeah, we had to see the little bit of overrun. But we got to have a talky talk between MJF and Mark Briscoe. It was funny as you thought it would be because if you put MJF on a mic and you put Mark Briscoe on a mic, you're going to get good shit. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right up until MJF took things a little too far, in my opinion. That's something we'll be talking about on Wrestling Talk Wednesday. But to give you the rundown, the brief synopsis of it. Mark Briscoe says, I know you're going to say something about my brother trying to piss me off, but I've been preparing all week. Go right ahead. MJF says, I would never say anything bad about Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe is one of the greatest people to ever lace up boots, or the greatest workers to ever lace up boots and step in the ring. More so, he is one of the greatest human beings to ever step in the ring. There is a special place in heaven for Jay Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
To which the crowd, crowd was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And
as they should be.
As we were watching, I said, however, right before MJF said, however, he said he feels sorry for Jay Briscoe because he's got to look and see what his brother's become, a joke. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that interaction. But then he said, if Jay, through some miracle, Jay were able to be here today in the flesh to see you, I already know what he would say to you. He would tell you it shouldn't have been me in that accident. It should have been you. That's too far to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't.
Absolutely too far.
There's some things you just don't do. And I think that's what Jello's saying. You do not mess with the dead for a promo. Like for me, it's the accident. Talking about the accident. Leave the reality out of it because this is a promo. However, this is what I'm not going to get too deep into that because that could be a whole conversation by itself. But this is the thing that got me. After a few minutes, Renee's backstage on the mic, and here comes Mark Briscoe, and he said, and I quote, "Oh yeah, if you do this thing, and I'm gonna kick your ass, and you're gonna be crazy." I think if we taped it and we played it back in slow-mo, we might pick out 2 or 3 words. I don't know, like he was like all of a sudden turned into freaking Taz. Now, and I don't mean the announcer.
I know.
Like that's exactly what I heard. So it's kind of wild. Last thing. The EVP, no, excuse me. The Founding Fathers. What is it with these guys in the dramatic overacting? Like, part of the overrun saw Swerve Strickland screw up their limo and then jump off and kick them and knock them down. And I don't know whether it was, I couldn't even tell you their names, Nick and Matt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one it was, but they got up going, damn. He's standing right there. We're just going to sit there and go, damn, you got me. The overacting is like the over the top. I don't get it. I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. We've got over the top characters everywhere, but matter of fact, we started the show with Toni Storm, who is way over the top, but she plays that character. Like she buys into her over the top character.
Mm-hmm.
Take notes, boys. Sit down and take a lesson from Toni Storm, but I wouldn't take anything she offers you to drink. Just say.
Okay, I'm going to pause you, and we're going to rewind just a little bit. I believe Rick said my thoughts exactly while things were going on last night. We have a complete beatdown going on in the ring.
Mhm.
We have Hangman Adam Page. We got John Moxley with the chains, and we get the Young Bucks with the bags. They're gonna put some bags over people's heads,
Suffocate
and then
people.
and then we have to stop everything.
Hey, because it's Swerve's house.
But it's because it's time for Swerve to do a monologue up on the screen.
They were just giving him it's his house. He says that it's whose house? Swerve's house. They were giving him the respect in his house. That's all it was.
I don't give a shit if they're giving somebody a respect in their house or not. If you're in the ring and you are beating up on some baby faces, are you gonna give a shit what's going on up on the screen? Or are you gonna pay attention to what's going on in the ring?
I can explain that for you with 2 words. Clown show.
Well,
Clown show.
we can call balls and strikes as we see them.
Fair.
And there are some WWE
They
things
got all
that
strikes and no balls.
there we go. But I
throw you off a little bit.
you threw me off like a football bat.
Wait, what?
A football bat. Come to a show Saturday, I'll hit a touchdown for you.
Okay, let me explain. He's had a few shots to the head, so I mean, it's okay. He's fine.
No CTE jokes.
We've got Aaron Marie saying, I like John Moxley. I can't go with you on that, Aaron. John Moxley's career was like this in WWE. And then it hit a plateau. And then he went to AEW. And it dropped and it went way up like this. And then just straight across. He hasn't had any kind of build.
What happened was he had somebody to help him as Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
He had somebody to help him, to produce him, to help him not go off the rails. And once he decided, okay, I'm going to the Indies because I think this is stupid bullshit. So he goes back to the Indies so he can do whatever the hell he wants to do again, and not have anybody, and nobody's going to tell him anything because he's John Moxley. So at that point, he takes control of his own creative, and you get the bullshit that you have now. And he thought he looked stupid over there.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not a real big fan of John Moxley because he's just flat to me. We've got Mary Youngblood saying, I don't like MJF as it is. I like MJF. Because he is his character. The best characters you're going to have in a wrestling show are that person turned up. Like, bottom line, that's what I think. Do you disagree?
No.
So I like him. I like him on the mic. I mean, his in-ring work is me. But as a troll and on the mic, second to none.
No, nobody in the clown show is doing it better.
That's right. J-Reb says he agrees with you and Rick. It pulls you out of the action in the ring to have everybody stop and look at the screen. Absolutely true. Yeah, the what for me? I mean, he said the football bat. Aaron Marie says, agree, needs to come back to WWE. There's no way in hell Triple H will ever have John Moxley come back, because there's no way in hell John Moxley will ever go to a WWE that Triple H runs. That's just, those two are like oil and water.
They separate.
Exactly. They need to separate.
Got to keep them separated. Hey.
Got to keep them separate. Don't give me this is a wrestling podcast, not a music podcast.
Hey, you know what? That's Ravens. That was Ravens' theme song, so it's okay.
Okay, see, that works too. Well done. We've got Jello saying, did someone order a crushed limo? Yeah. The limo crush was straight out of the DX handbook.
I figured it was out of the Austin handbook, but okay.
I mean, it could be the Austin handbook too. But all in all, it was 100% a clown show, which leads me to the point of the segment. Tony Khan, you
Are a clown.
are a clown. So before we get into Saturday night's main event and some predictions for that, I do want to remind everybody, if you haven't done it yet, go to the socials, click all the things, click the bells, the whistles, the likes, the subscribes, the follows, all of it. Click on all the things. It helps us. It helps our algorithm. It helps us see what you like, what you don't like, helps us do a little better. So click all the things. We've got Erin Marie saying Austin did it to Vince. Yeah. I mean, it was well done then too. I dug it. So let's get into some Saturday night's main event and get some predictions going on. And I do want to hear from you in the chat what you think as well. We'll start off with a match that was announced today. Jimmy Uso, Big Jim, taking on little brother Solo Sikoa for the U.S. title. What you got?
Solo.
I unfortunately am going to go with you because I see this devolving into Solo's group coming out and Jacob coming out, and maybe we get a surprise, like maybe Jay comes out. I don't know. I see it devolving into chaos.
Yes. Utter chaos.
Aaron saying same thing, DQ. Solo keeps the belt by DQ. That's what I see happening in this one. It's just going to devolve. We've got Randy Orton. Randy, I forgot his middle name.
Keith.
Yeah, Randall Keith Orton versus Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a straight ass whooping on both ends.
It is two of the literal biggest people that we have in WWE right now.
Oh, yeah.
Literally and figuratively. And I believe that this one is Drew's to win.
I agree. And I see where you're going with that. My problem is Randy's on a little bit of a losing streak. Drew's on a little bit of a losing streak. So it's hard to say which one deserves to come off of said streak.
Well, we're trying to work through a character change with Randy right now.
That's fair. I'm going to go ahead and say Drew McIntyre takes it. I'm going to say that here's my prediction on it. Tell me what you think. I think that Drew wins because once again, Randy hesitates. I think we continue with the hesitation thing.
Okay.
I don't know that it's going to be a hesitation in the punt or what it's going to be, but there's going to be a point at which Randy hesitates and Drew takes advantage and he ends up winning the match because of that hesitation.
Okay, I can see it, but the reason why he hesitated with Cody is going to be a different situation than why he would do so with Drew, because he has no love for Drew McIntyre.
True. But again, we're in the middle of a character change. That's what makes me think we catch that hesitation. So we'll have to see how that one turns out. Jello saying Drew, Aaron Marie saying Randy. Let's get to the next one. The visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank 2025 versus the megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah.
I honestly think this one could go either way. I think LA Knight gets the W, but Seth Rollins gets the last laugh.
See, and I also believe that the winner of the match, LA Knight. But I feel like the Bronze start making their way out, and they have to deal with Sammy and Penta before they ever make it to the ring to save Seth.
Well, Sammy's out indefinitely.
They say that. Just saying. I feel like the Bronze are going to come down to interfere, and they're going to get stopped by Penta and if not Sammy somebody. I think that's what happens. So they don't make it to the ring to save Seth, and LA Knight gets the victory.
Okay.
That's how I see it going down.
Okay.
And finally, the main event on Saturday night's main event. The Ring General. See, I can do that. Gunther versus Goldberg.
Gunther's winning this.
Yeah, no question. 100% Gunther's winning this. Aaron Marie saying we're freezing on both platforms. Anybody else having that issue? Just so I know what's going on here and the guy can take care of whatever he needs to take care of. J-Rab saying, I hope so. Getting tired of Seth. Gunther versus Goldberg. No, there's not a world where Gunther doesn't win this match. The only way Gunther doesn't win this match is if Seth's going to take it off of Goldberg immediately. And since Seth has a match, I don't really see that happening.
I think we're going to get Gunther to win, and then we're going to get the tease of Seth Rollins, but I don't think anything is actually going to happen.
I can go with that. I'm putting my money on Gunther. Like that's where I'm at with that. Jello saying just start calling Braun and Bronson the Killer Bees. See what you did there, and I like it. I like it a lot. Killer Bees. All right, so that's Saturday night's main event, but we don't have only Saturday night's main event. We also have Evolution on Sunday, which will be streamed in the Discord. So if you're not a part of the Discord, you need to be, because we're going to be doing a watch along. We'll say we will not be doing a watch along for Saturday night's main event because the two of us will be live and loud at the TMW Event Center in Levelland, Texas for BCW Hot Blooded on Saturday night.
Absolutely.
Which we will talk about shortly. So let's get into Evolution and get some picks here. We have our main event, Io versus Rhea for the Women's World title. Before we do that, we've got some numbers here from Rick. And Rick is a good numbers guy. As far as this weekend, PLE's attendance are concerned, NXT Great American Bash currently is 83 tickets away from a sellout. AEW All In is 1,887 tickets away from a sellout. Saturday night's main event is 1,004 away from a sellout. And WWE Evolution, 331 tickets away from a sellout. If that doesn't tell you some things, it's going to be a huge wrestling weekend. And BCW Hot Blooded. Let's sell that one out too, just for shits and giggles. J-Rev, you're absolutely right. If you're not on Discord, what are you doing with your life? I mean, seriously. All right, so let's get into Evolution. We've got Io versus Rhea for the Women's World title. What do you got?
Rhea.
I think you're right. I think we finally get Rhea beating Io in a one-on-one.
This is the moment. We have never beat. Rhea has never beat Io Sky or Io Shirai or whichever iteration we have of that. She has never beat Io one-on-one.
Nope, and I think this is the time when it happens.
And it needs to this one needs to be the time. I believe it's the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Io, really sorry she hasn't done anything since WrestleMania, and there was a point a couple of weeks ago where I was like, who even is the Women's World Champion?
I mean, I get that.
So if you become an afterthought, you need to do something about it. And
now the question is, I'm with you. I think Rhea wins the belt. I think it's that time. If that's the case, if Rhea wins the belt, do we tie Io back in with Asuka and Kairi?
No.
I think that's completely done.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not even mentioning that on commentary anymore.
We're not talking about.
Right.
I thought so. Match number 2. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria versus Bailey Cakes for the IC belt.
So I need some ice cream for that Bailey cakes.
You ain't lie. You ain't never lie. What you got?
Bailey cakes.
You got the Bailey Cakes? I am kind of. I'm kind of there with you. I want Bailey to win this one, but I honestly believe it comes down to Lyra. They're building Lyra to be, instead of the I'm smiley and giggly, they're building the mean streak in her where she's taking people. Like you saw what happened in Raw. She put Becky and Bailey both down. So I want Bailey to win, but I think Lyra's got it. I think Lyra takes it, and it sets up a program between Lyra and Bailey.
And Becky becomes an afterthought?
No, Becky never becomes an afterthought. Becky's going to be the Paula Fate of that particular.
You said her name.
Shit. Okay, I don't hear nothing. Forgot.
You don't say that name.
Don't say that name because she'll Joe Hendry your ass right there in front of everybody. I do think it's going to be. Oh, we got Janine Wade in there.
Hey, Janine.
Glad to see you in here. Welcome to the podcast. We will see you on Saturday, live and in person. But Erin Marie saying on Facebook, we froze up. I'm not sure what's going on there. Sometimes we have little glitches here and there.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
So, Tiffy versus Trishy.
Ultimately, Naomi.
Well, now hold on. For me, I want to say that's the case. But it depends on where another match happens in the card. Because we also have Jade Cargill versus Naomi in a no-holds-barred match.
No, that's going to open.
You think that'll open the show?
Oh, yeah.
So we have Jade Cargill win that match, and Naomi come in and take the title off of
Tiffy.
Okay.
Tiffy will actually win between her and Trish.
Yeah.
But Naomi's going to end up cashing in because that is your women's money match for SummerSlam would be Naomi versus Jade Cargill.
For the belt. All right, so our tag team fatal four-way, and I am so looking forward to this. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Kabuki Warriors versus Sol Ruka and Zarya. I'm so happy Sol Ruka's in this match. Let me just put that out there now. Like, the Soul Snatcher is one of the coolest moves in wrestling right
now. And I am a Sol Ruka fan. But my guess is going to be the Kabuki Warriors.
It's a tough call for me. Part of me says the Kabuki Warriors, but a bigger part of me says Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, just to continue that story. Who are we waving at? Oh, Crystal's got to go. Crystal, thanks for coming in. Glad you could be with us tonight. I'm going Charlotte and Alexa on this one.
Okay.
I think that's who's going to take it.
That one would lead to good TV.
Yes, it would.
And having them on both brands would be fun. You don't just put the Kabuki Warriors back together again just to put the Kabuki Warriors back together again.
No, you have Charlotte and Alexa win the titles, and then you put them in a program with the Kabuki Warriors.
I can see that too.
That's where I'm at in it.
I'm still keeping mine as the Kabuki Warriors.
Okay. Battle Royal for the women's title match. Winner gets a shot at the women's title at SummerSlam. Is it SummerSlam? No, France, Paris.
Yes.
Clash in Paris.
And who did I say that was?
I know who I think it's going to be. I believe that's going to be one Dark Angel, Stephanie Vaquer.
That's my pick too.
That's who I think it's going to be. I think we get Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea Ripley.
No. Somewhere right now there are veins popping out of Patrick's head. Like, seriously.
Yes.
The idea of mommy and Stephanie Vaquer. Lord. So yeah, that's who I've got at the Battle Royal, and that's who you've got in the Battle Royal.
Yes.
Jade Cargill versus Naomi, no holds barred match. As I said, I think Jade takes that one.
Yes.
And finally, the NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane versus the one and only Jordan Grace. What you got?
Jordan Grace.
100% Jordan Grace. Like, yes.
But 7 matches.
Yeah.
7 matches on something that WWE normally only has 5.
It says a lot for where the women's division has made it to.
And yeah, we've got the NXT PLE going on right before Saturday night's main event.
Great American Bash starts at, I believe, 3:00.
And so we have graduated off of that to this for Evolution.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Again, we will be live on the Discord watching along. So make sure you're a part of that. Which brings us now to what we're going to be doing on Saturday night. BCW Hot Blooded. Live at the TMW Event Center, 202 Avenue H, Levelland, Texas. See how I did that? I might have done this time too. So we've got some good matches in this one. We have our BCW Texas champion, Top Hand Damo McCullough, going up against the leader of the Guerrilla Militia, Franco D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying a damn word. For the Texas title.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hell of a match.
It is going to be a hell of a match. I believe Big E coined the term big meaty men slapping me.
Yep, that's what we're looking at. And I'm going to tell you this much. If there's anybody on the BCW roster right now that can take down a monster like Franco D'Angelo, it's the Top Hand Damo McCullough. In my opinion.
So we'll put it to you this way also. Damo has not lost. Or actually, in Texas, Damo has not lost.
That's fair.
The only person that has actually has a victory over Damo McCullough in BCW is Justin Taylor.
True. Very true.
So, who's capable of it? I'd say Franco could be.
Franco is a monster of a man, and I can attest to that from personal experience.
And he has gold in his eyes.
He does. He's said all along that the Guerrilla Militia is coming to BCW to take over and take the gold. This is going to be one of those matches that we're going to be talking about for a long time, because this is it's the Clash of the Titans. I mean, bottom line, my money's on Damo. I hope he pulls it off. I'd love to see it, but he's got his hands full.
I remain impartial.
That's probably what I should have done, because Franco's going to see this, and then I ain't in it. Just saying. We have another match. Axel Savage making his re-debut at BCW Texas and going up against a longtime rival in Devion Black. I'm excited for this one. I've only gotten to see Devion wrestle once. And I haven't had, while I've been able to watch video, I've never had the opportunity to see Axel wrestle live. So I'm excited for this one. I want to see where this goes. And these two have had such a long run rivalry that they know each other. So it's going to be who's best, who's the better man is going to be the winner of the match.
This one I feel like it's going to start out with a handshake and end with a handshake because these two have been in the ring with each other so many times, regardless win, lose, or draw of the situation. Both of these guys have complete respect for one another.
They do, and I know like I said, I'm excited for this match. I think it's going to be one of the tear the roof off the place matches, and I'm about it. And you may think right now, what do you mean? There's only two. You've only listed two matches. Well, that's because our third match is kind of a special one. We put together something special just for each and every one of you that's going to be there live, and those that are going to watch when we put out the video. And it is called the Barn Burner Invitational Tournament, and it is all about this right here. You want to tell them what this is?
That right there is a token for somebody's future.
That is 100% what that is. The winner of the Barn Burner Invitational Tournament is going to get this token. And at any time at their discretion, they can turn that token in for a Texas Championship match.
Yes.
So they can get their opportunity at whoever our BCW Texas champion is at any time. Now, is there a time limit on it? You get the Money in the Bank, something like that. You got a year. Is there a time limit on this?
I'd say a year sounds good to me.
Works for me. So we've got all sorts of people in this match. We've got Marcus MD. We've got Nefarious, both TJ Slater and Atticus Wild. We've got Brandon Groom. We've got Keith Martin,
who apparently thinks all he's doing is a battle royal.
Yeah. See, I got to have a talk with him about that. He said he was going to get in touch with his attorneys. I told him to have his people call my people. It's Chris Watson. The Family Blood will be involved as well. We've got Lilith and Damian Blood. We've got Big Sid will be in this match.
Brandon Groom
will be there. I guess I should tell them how the match runs. 15 people will be involved in the first stage of this match, which is a reverse battle royal. What is a reverse battle royal? I'm so glad you asked. Let me explain. 15 people will start on the outside of the ring. Not in the ring, outside the ring. And the bell's going to ring and chaos will ensue. And in that chaos, the first 7 people to make it into the ring over the top rope will move on to the next portion of the match. With the entry of the 7th person, the first section of the match is over.
Yes. And at that point, we have to convince everybody else, okay, it's time to go back towards the curtain.
Yes, we have to move the chaos. So
not looking forward to that part of it.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. So after that, we have our second portion of this match, which is a traditional battle royal. Over the top rope, elimination. We've got Janine Wade saying boom, boom, Groom for the win.
Ooh.
Got some Brandon Groom fans. It's a traditional battle royal. You are eliminated when you go over the top rope. And the way this is going to work, as you're eliminated, you fall into a bracket for the tournament. So the first 2 people eliminated will face each other in a match. The 3rd and 4th people eliminated will face each other in a match. The 5th and 6th people eliminated will face each other in a match. That leaves one person. That person is the winner of the battle royal. Battle royale, as Chris Watson likes to say. So that sets up the bracket. The winner of the battle royal gets a bye in the first round. At that point, it is a single elimination tournament until we get down to one winner, and that winner gets this.
But have you thought about the combinations of people that we could actually see in matches here?
Oh,
we could see Lilith Blood versus Damian Blood.
Yes.
We could see a repeat of what happened in May. We could see Marty and Doc.
Yep. Back. Live long. We could see
Team Nefarious facing each other.
Ooh. That's the thing about having tag teams in this is you very well,
You can
depending
see
on
Mac
how
and
things
Draven.
happen, you can have tag team partners facing each other depending on if they can make it into the second round and how they're eliminated at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be crazy. Like you said, Mac and Draven are both in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's Marty Snow.
Yep.
I mean, it's why Diego Villalobos is going to be in that the werewolf. So
and Jesse the Kid.
And just look, the kid's got moxie. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him that. He called his shot, and I'm gonna give it to him. But he better bring his A game. That's all I can say. Because the 14 people he's in that match with ain't playing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And did you see the backup that Chasen Cash has?
If you haven't gone to BCW Pro Wrestling or BCW Texas on the on Facebook
or Instagram,
either one, do so and watch the promo
by Nick Kaiser
and Jason Cash. They have a plan, a backup plan, I guess it is.
Insurance policy in the form of a huge bodyguard. He stood in the background during this promo, and Chasen's not like super tall, but he's not super short either.
Right.
And this guy towered over Chasen.
This guy, I am not a short man. And this guy would look down at me. Like, he is huge. So there's an insurance policy in place, and we'll have to keep our eyes on said insurance policy.
Well, let's be completely clear. This insurance policy, this Mad Dog, is not under contract with BCW. He does not have an active competitor's contract. He is contracted through Nick Kaiser, and Nick Kaiser with his, I mean, I guess he went to the Matthew Robles School of Managers because there's some crazy stuff that was in that contract that you and him signed.
Mm-hmm. There are a few wild things going on, and I mean, all I can say about the what Nick Kaiser did is good on him for finding this. I mean, the contract he brought to me to look at was rock solid, as ironclad. So, again, Mad Dog not under contract by us, under contract to Nick Kaiser and Nick Kaiser alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rick in the chat saying, did you say Marty and Doc in regards to Snow and Marcus? Yes, we did, because we think it's funny. It's good stuff. But yeah, Saturday night's going to be insanity, and it's insanity of the best kind. So if you are in West Texas, anywhere in West Texas, TMW Event Center, be there. Doors open at 5:30, first bell at 6:30. Come watch the insanity live, because you'll be glad you did.
Very much so.
That brings us to July 26th, 2 weeks after our show. We have Squared Circle Pro Drunk with Power Live, Jake's Back Room, Lubbock, Texas. And I've got some matches now. I didn't have before. So I've got some matches now that I can say are going on. We will have a champ versus champ match. How are they not already booked as a team called Back in Time? Notes. No. We have a champ versus champ match. The Squared Circle Pro champion, Phoenix,
versus the Squared Circle Pro champion, El Gringo Loco.
Yeah. So we have two Squared Circle Pro champions, and so in the words coming out of the mouth of every kid in the 80s, there can be only one.
Oof.
So that's going to be a fight. That's not going to be a match. That's going to be a fight. We have La Migra versus the Carnales World Order.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a good one. Nolan Phillips takes on Stevon Rimson. That I want to. I'm with you.
I don't Nolan and I have never really seen eye to eye.
That's because he's like this dog.
No, but I really do have just a little bit of sympathy for him going up against the man known as Steven Rimson, because have you looked at the size of that guy?
They call him the ring bully, and they do so for good reason. Steven Rimson is a brick house.
Mm-hmm.
No, like he is a brick wall of a guy. So without saying anything bad, I don't know that this was a match that Nolan signed up for, but I also don't think it's a match that Nolan will back down from.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean Nolan's smart.
Self-proclaimed smartest man in the room.
He's got his wits about it, and as long as he has some sort of a strategy, I think it'll make for a good fight.
I do too. I think it's going to be a good fight. I wish him the best. We also have Gino Rivera going up against Bobby Munoz. That's going to be a hell of a match.
That's the battle of Puerto Ricans.
That's a Puerto Rican fight right there. I like it.
Only way we would actually make that even more Puerto Rican is if we put Rage in there.
You know? No,
I'm not trying to give anybody ideas.
I can honestly say I've never seen a match that Gino Rivera was in that I didn't enjoy, and I can say the exact same thing about Bobby Munoz. So this match is going to be a joy to watch, and I am excited for it.
And you get to be right there.
I'm right there.
You can be front row. Hell, you like.
I'm ringside. Literally, like I sit on the side of the ring, right by the steps. Then, of course, we've got a absolute battle between Eluvio and Baby Samoa. This one has been boiling for a minute. So it's going to be this one. There's no other way to say it. This one's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a match. There's too many emotions involved in this match for it to be a match. This is going to be a fight.
Everybody watch your surroundings.
Yes, and if you get told to move, by God, move. Rick saying there's another match being announced tomorrow. Would we love to have the scoop? Always.
Yes,
we always
absolutely.
love the scoop. While Rick's getting the scoop ready for us, I want to remind everybody with this Baby Samoa Eluvio match that before the last show, Baby Samoa beat Eluvio, like hit him with a truck, and then beat him down with a metal rod at Love It Pro Wrestling 101. So when I say that this is going to be a volatile situation, that's exactly what it's going to be.
And I'm guessing that there wasn't a police report filed or anything else like that because Eluvio believes in street justice.
I mean, if there has been something filed, I haven't heard about it. So it's gonna be a wild one. I might not be sitting quite so ringside during that one. I may go and get the hell out of the way.
I honestly think you need to like announce from the stage just to be on the safe side.
All right. Rick says Draven Reeves will be defending the Heck Yeah Radio iPay-per-view championship in a gauntlet match. Number of challengers to be determined. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I dig it.
And he might be walking in there with a bit of gold coin also.
I mean, it's a possibility he is in the match. That's going to be a good one. I can't wait to see how Draven pulls that one off. Like, I'm curious to see who his challengers are going to be. That's going to be a great match. What can I say? It's I've never been to a bad Square Circle Pro show. So I can say honestly, with no offense intended, that there's only one part of the Squared Circle Pro show that I am not looking forward to. And it is dealing with Mosquito Hendry all night long.
Well, that is.
Ah, yes, the unsanctioned match. I forgot about that one. We will have an unsanctioned match. Hobo Hank, his name you ain't heard in a minute, in regards to Squared Circle Pro, will step into the ring with Charlie 50. That's going to be a good one.
That's gonna be violent.
And hence the unsanctioned.
That just makes it even more violent.
Yes, that one will be announced from the stage.
I think you just need to go behind the bar and announce that one.
I have taken a shoulder from Charlie 50 when he was just playing around, and it put me square on my ass. And he was just playing around. So when I say this match can turn very violent very quickly, believe me.
I've been beat about the head and shoulders with foreign objects from Charlie 50. So I
Now, here's the thing about this unsanctioned match, and Rick just made mention of it. This will not be available on the stream. This one will not be live streamed. You have to be there live to see Hobo Hank versus Charlie 50. So,
get your tickets.
yeah. And what about those tickets? Show up at the door, $10 to get in the door at Jake's. I don't know if our times have changed. Normally it's doors at 5:30, first bell at 6, I believe.
Well, speaking of times changing,
We're about to that time. So with that, we're coming to the end of the show. So I do want to thank everybody that joined us tonight. Guys, thank you so much for keeping the chat popping and interacting with us. It's so much fun working with you guys in the chat. Mike, thank you for joining me tonight on the
absolutely.
podcast. Because we have gotten to that 9:27 mark, I open the floor to you, my friend. Anything you want to say to the chat, to the people watching, the people listening, the wrestling world in general? The floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
D Generation X Pro. Sorry.
I believe I had the floor.
My bad.
No. So wherever you are, if you're here in West Texas, come out, watch these shows. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to lose yourself, whatever kind of crap that you got going on in your life at that moment in time. Whether your boss is being an asshole, your girlfriend is doing whatever, you got your kids are being kids, step away from it. Go to a wrestling show, spend 2 to 3 hours and enjoy yourself and forget about life for a while. And I guarantee you, it'll make you feel better.
You are absolutely right in that. As far as final thoughts for me, I can't thank you guys. Those of you that watch the show, those of you that listen to the show, I can't thank you enough. And I hope you know that what I'm about to say comes straight from my heart. I've been a wrestling fan my entire life, and nothing makes me happier than the opportunity to have this platform to talk with you guys, to talk about wrestling, to be a part of this crazy world we call professional wrestling. So to the promoters, to Rick that allow me to be a part of it live, and to everybody in here that allows me to bring these things to you on this particular podcast, on this this platform. Thank you so much. And I can't agree more with Mike in the fact that if you have the opportunity to go to a show, to a live show, take it. It's like a drug for me. I've said it all along. It's my drug, and I can't wait for my next fix. And you'll be the same way. You will find yourself at an independent wrestling show wondering when the next show is going to be because you're that into it. Check it out. I believe you. I believe you will find that. I believe that you will be waiting for the next show while you're still at the show and ready for the show that comes after that. It's a cascade effect, and I love every bit of it. So if you're in the West Texas area, we want to see you here. If you're not in the West Texas area, I guarantee you there is independent wrestling within 50 miles of you. Go check it out. We have hit the 9:30 mark. That's going to do it for us tonight. As I said, thank you to everybody for joining us. We will be here live tomorrow night on Discord doing a SmackDown watch along. Of course, if you're in the area, we want to see you at the TMW Event Center on Saturday for BCW Hot Blooded. Then we will be right back here on Sunday for Evolution on Discord for a watch along. Until then, I am Guapo. That's Mike Caldwell. We're not your average marks. We'll see you next time. Yeah.